Hey guys, Beck here from Nerds of the West, and today we're going to be taking a look at Muffin Time, a new party game for 2 to 6 players by Big Potato Games and Turbo Punch. This is a deceptively simple game that adds a lot of depth to just your standard card games that definitely leaves people wanting more. The aim of Muffin Time is to collect 10 cards. If at any point you have 10 cards in your hand, you yell Muffin Time. At the start of your next turn, if you still have 10 cards in your hand, you win the game. Everybody starts with 3 cards in their hand. The person who suggested playing the game goes first, and you go in any direction of play that you want because according to the rulebook, nothing in life matters anyway. There are 3 kinds of cards that can be played to help you get to Muffin Time. You can start your turn by playing a trap card in front of you face down. You can then choose to play an action card from your hand or pick up a card from the pile. If there is a card played that you don't like, you can attempt to counter it to change what happens. You can start your turn by playing a trap card from your hand into the field in front of you. This trap card will have a trigger that will activate it at some point later in the game. There are different kinds of trap cards as well. There are some that kind of follow your more conventional game-based mechanics, like You Fool. If another player is forced to discard any cards, take them for yourself. Or you might have more people-based trap cards, like Do an Internet. If you catch another player browsing the internet, you steal 3 of their cards. Depending on who you play with, you might end up with a different combo of trap cards being activated. For instance, player 1 might swear at some point during the game, activating player 2's trap card Inappropriate, where if they swear, they're forced to discard 3 cards. Now, player 1 might become a little bit upset by that, and then display a little bit of sarcasm, activating player 3's trap card, Best Sarcasm, where if they are sarcastic, player 3 now gets to steal 3 of player 1's cards. Player 2 and 3 have played the table very well, and they need to celebrate this moment with a high five, activating player 2's trap card, forcing player 3 to discard 5 cards. After playing a trap card from your hand, you then have the option to either play an action card from your hand or draw from the draw pile. Action cards are similar to trap cards in the sense that some will have board game-based mechanics and the others are more people-based mechanics. For example, you have the titular card, Muffin Time, which allows you to draw 5 cards. Then you have cards like Baby with a Gun, which allows you to steal as many cards as you want from as many players as you want. For your more people-based mechanics, you've got cards like Get Off My Property. All players who do not live here discard 2 cards. Or No Dog. All players who do not own a dog discard 2 cards. There are special kinds of action cards called minigame cards, and they add an element of action to the game that wasn't there before.
Alright, I'm gonna have a staring contest with Billy. The winner gets to draw 3 cards. I wasn't ready, but we're going apparently.
His eyes are trying real hard to close. The amount of raw power on display here.
Just lick my eyeball. There we go.
Oh, it's oh my god, my eyes!
And finally, we have counter cards. Cards that are played in response to another card to change its outcome in a variety of ways. For example, Not Today. Stop the current action, trap, or counter card. Then there are cards like Wannabe, where you can choose to also be affected by the current action or trap card. There are also counter cards that are specific to other cards in the game. For example, if someone on the table plays Muffin Time, you can play the card Out of Muffins that stops Muffin Time from happening but allows you to draw 5 cards for yourself. One small thing to note is counter cards cannot be used to counter minigame action cards. As the rule states, let people have their fun, you absolute goblin. Couple of extra questions you guys might have. For instance, what happens if multiple cards are played at once? Play it in order. The first card that was played gets resolved first, so on, so forth. You might wind up with unresolvable rules because of these bad boys. Blank cards included in the game to help you customize it however you want. If this or any other cards cause an argument, table majority wins, just try not to resort to violence. Because of the sheer amount of cards in this game, it's never going to be the same game twice. You'll have a lot of laughs and a lot of fun, and no matter how you play it, it's always going to be something new. It's going to feel so good when you manage to pull off a trap to really get your friends, but it's a simple enough game that you can pick it up and play with anyone and have a really good time along the way. Just a shout out to our friends at Big Potato Games. They ran a very successful Kickstarter. They managed to hit £1 million, which gave all of their backers a nice holographic shiny box like the one you see here. We have some holographic shiny cards and this really cool playmat, as well as this little guy here and a pin. Now, you might be worried that if you buy a retail version, you're going to be missing out. It's just not the case. The only thing that I get separately are just shiny things. Yours will still come with all the same cards that we've talked about here today and more. You'll just have a nice white box and some nice white cards. Overall, I really like this game. When we played, we had a bunch of fun, a ton of laughs, and I guarantee if you pick this game up, you're gonna have just as great a time. If you like this video and you wanna see more like it, hit that subscribe button. Check out our socials in the description down below. And finally, my name is Beck. I'm from North of the West, and we'll catch you next time.